guys, welcome to Jared Berry X. Today we're just going to talk about and say thank you for 30,000 subscribers. We got some timestamps down below and in the play bar, and at the end of the video, towards the end, I'm going to ask a question about the channel, right? And we'll go from there, and we'll talk. There's nothing here. It's just me talking about the 30K and some other stuff that's been going on, because what we used to do was monthly. We just did our updates, right? But it kind of got stale because it felt repetitive. And the reason I say repetitive is because all we were doing was watching Supernatural month in, month out. Nothing of interest was going on. Nothing exciting was going on outside of Supernatural. So every month it was like, hey, you know, we got a couple more subscribers and we're still watching Supernatural. But now it's kind of like there's more sideshows involved. We'll talk about those too. There's more things happening of interest. And this was the perfect opportunity here in September to come through and say, hey, thank you for 30K. This is an all-around update with a channel-related question at the end, and just to update you guys on this for those that like it, or for those that just want to hang out and listen to me talk for a couple minutes. So what's been going on? I mean, we haven't done a monthly recap since January, which was like a yearly, like, hey, this is what's going on in 2024. Obviously, we hit 30,000 subscribers. This happened a couple of months ago, I believe. And the last time you saw me, we was in a different location, right? We got a new house. There's nothing behind me yet. We don't have anything set up. I just got a couple things over there. Got some Brothers Bond bourbon sitting out because we're currently watching Legacies. I got the Deadpool popcorn bucket from going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. And, I mean, we're in the process of potentially animals. You know, we get that. There'll be another update. You may see the little toys laying around I've been playing with in the process of waiting for said critter. But I also have a thumbnail artist, in case you didn't see that. Like, in case you haven't noticed, the thumbnail art has changed. I don't know if they want... The last time when they asked to do the thumbnails, they said they didn't really want any recognition. So if they watch the video and decide that they would like recognition, I will put them at the top of the description box. In the future, we'll shout them out in a video. I don't want to put them out there if they don't want the recognition and they just kind of want to do it behind the scenes like Jerry, which is cool. I enjoyed the thumbnails. It does ease up the load just a little bit, and yeah, I enjoy that. I think it'd be cool to have an editor, but at the same time, like, I'm pretty picky about what ends up in the videos, but that would also relieve a lot of time. I'm just saying. So here's like a recap. Here's your update video, kind of. So far this year, we've welcomed in 2,000 new friends. That's allowed us to hit over 30,000. The whole point of this video. That shows us hitting 2 million views so far within the first 9 months of the channel. 257 watched hours, first 9 months of the channel this year, not overall, obviously. We finished all 327 episodes of Supernatural and all 55 episodes of Shadowhunters. 2 really good shows in their own rights. Supernatural will go down as a cult classic at some point. Shadowhunters will stay in its niche little group of shows that have came out because it has a big fan following in its own regard. Like, if you were to get a bunch of people together that really, really, really love Shadowhunters, it'd be more people than you may expect. And it's not a knock on Shadowhunters. It deserved to have a kind of like 4th and final season to wrap up a lot of the good storylines. I feel like around the middle of the 3rd season, or even before that, like, the show was really starting to pick it up, and it had potential to turn into something that was great, and it just didn't get that opportunity. But obviously, Supernatural, one of the better shows that we've watched. It has its really high highs and really low lows, but I guess that kind of makes it a complete show. Where it kind of falls, like where we're going to rank it overall for the show, like overall shows that we've watched, I think I have a spot for it. I don't know how you all will feel about it, but it'll definitely be there. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's just, I don't think it's going to finish in our show rankings where you think it's going to finish. So, or maybe you do. Fuck, I don't know. We got lost in the sauce there for a minute because there's still numerous side shows that's not completed. I had to write them down. We got Fallout, House of the Dragon, Acolyte, Invincible, and maybe there's something else out there that I forgot about. Who knows at this point? So Invincible, because it took the mid-season break, and I never had the interest to go back because the season was like kind of flowing, but it really didn't go nowhere. So the interest fell off. Doesn't mean I'm not going to finish it. It's just I got to get myself back in the mood to watch it. Like I waited so long for it to come out that now that it's here, I'm just kind of like, okay. House of the Dragon, Fallout, Acolyte. I have a couple more Fallout episodes recorded and edited. I'm just waiting to finish the rest of them. I think I have 2 or 3 episodes left. House of the Dragon, I haven't watched since episode 4. I haven't uploaded episode 4 because I'm waiting to get the other ones. I don't want to put one out, and you have to wait for the rest of them. And Acolyte, which I'm not going to lie, we just took some time this weekend and I finished Acolyte. I just have to edit it and get it up to you all. So Acolyte's kind of done. Either this Sunday or upcoming Sunday or weekend, I'm going to take the time to do House of Dragon, and that way we can help get caught up on the side shows and Fallout, etc. until we're caught up with everything. And then we can just focus on the main show. And if there's nothing interesting out for like a side show, then we'll just divert back to tributes because they kind of died. They're not dead, but then again, House. The demands of my IRL job requiring more office time and extending our usual class. Like, it used to be, I had to be in the office for fucking 4 weeks, and now it's 6 weeks. It's just put a chokehold on a lot of the kind of extra free time usually. And there are days where it's just a grind. Like, hey, let's just watch these. And I know it's not really saying much because, yeah, I'm just watching fucking TV, right? But it's brain power, it's energy. And especially, after working. Because every day when I record, I'm recording after I work the full shift. It was easier to get more done, like working at home, because I could take breaks and kind of do some stuff real quick and knock it out. But it's a constant flow of updates and things changing, so it is what it is. But trying to get adjusted to that and the new crib, it's just been a lot. Also, I really love video games. And I'm trying to figure out how to make content around that on the other channel, but really, I've been doing that since 2013, which sounds crazy because that's 11 years. And you would think, you'd figure it out by now, but it's a constantly changing game. And my free time is just, watching movies or older TV things with my girl, or we're just, playing video games, or I'm sitting here playing video games in silence and just hanging out. Kind of like turning it off. Like, I've been playing the fuck out of World of Warcraft, but I don't have nothing to stream for a while. I don't have any videos to make for it. So that's another thing too, why some of the shows haven't been recorded, because it's like, man, I really just want to like chill for a minute and watch this rather than being full throttle on the grind, because we also have to have time to clean and organize and figure out where the fuck we're going to do stuff with this house, An interesting side note is our most valuable video, our MVV for the first 9 months of this year, is the pilot, season 1, episode 1 of Supernatural, which has brought in about 12,000 views so far, which I think is pretty cool. I think YouTube moving forward, like I mentioned, we started Legacies. That's huge because I never thought that I would. And I said while watching The Vampire Diaries, or the back end of that, and finishing the originals, because we took that break to go watch, Teen Wolf and the 100, was, man, I don't plan on watching the show unless it finishes. And then it finished, and I still kept putting it off because there's other shows I wanted to watch. But now I'm back. At the time of recording this, I'm getting close to finishing season 1, and it's been great so far. So, like, that's pretty dope. I think we're just going to focus on that, wrapping up the Vampire Diary universe, and then we're just going to try to finish up the shows. Like I said, I finished up Acolyte. I'm going to try to finish up the other side shows here as well. So that's kind of like an update just on the channel in general, what I've been up to. Not a whole lot. We're still got to figure out a good spot for Jerry to sit next to me. I have the hair just doesn't stop growing. I have to go get it cut at some point, because it's either just tying it up into like a Benjamin Franklin ponytail or just, letting it flow. But either way, it's got to get fixed. I have no Twitch stats because, again, I've been playing games solo. I haven't really had time to do it. We played some marbles. I still have 2 more months of marbles to do now because we never did August, so we still have to do August and September at some point. Can maybe try to do that next weekend. I don't know. But I guess this portion of this is the question part, right? If you did skip ahead of this and you skipped all the other stuff, no worries. Because I guess I'll start with growth takes time, right? And I understand that. I open this portion up to the channel to you all, and you can help me make this channel better. I can make this a separate video if not a lot of people make it this far in the video, because I want to know how to make this channel better, how to help it grow, Because you can watch YouTube videos and you can talk to fucking AI bots, but that stuff, that's not organic. That's not a real way to do it. And I feel like if I was talking to somebody else's who had a channel doing reaction, I could give them the keys to the car, like this is what you should do. But I don't know if that's necessarily what I should do, right? I don't know if that makes sense or not. So I guess, please, if you have suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comment section about what you want. Don't mention the fucking blue square. I don't do that on purpose. That's not fun. That takes longer to edit because I have to drag and drop the blue square every fucking 4.87 seconds or something, right? If I don't do that, the videos can get copyright claimed or copyright striked. And you get 3 of those, you lose your channel. And then bye-bye fucking Jer Bear. And that sucks. So I don't want to do that. There are rules here, and I get that other channels can do it and get away with it. I promise you, every new series I go through, I try. That first video, I re-edit and re-edit and re-edit. There are streaming software services like HBO and Amazon that are more lenient and more, I guess, okay with reactions. So they're okay with uploading it because it is transformative content. There is pausing, there is talking. It's not just letting the video play with me sitting there staring at the screen like some of the bigger streamers, right? It's just we're talking about it, we're theorizing, and the end of it, sometimes we do a recap, a conversation, or we just skip on over to the next video. So I can't do that. Other channels, they take away the blue screen. They don't have a blue screen. They take the screen away. So it's like, I'll just use this Game of Thrones book, for example. It's like, we're watching Game of Thrones, and then it's gone. And then you can hear the audio, and then it pops back up for a scene, and then it's gone. So mine is keeping the screen up. There's more. It's transparent. I've tried it with the plain blue screen. The easiest thing was putting the logo on it, and that seems to help. And so far, that's what's working. And when I try anything else, it's been a pain in the ass. If I can't figure something out, cool, but don't mention that. Give some actual, like, constructive criticism. Would you like videos to be shorter? Right? Would you like to eliminate some of the fluff, some of the dead periods, some of the lulls, and just go for the bigger moments that people are looking for, like hi, John, goodbye, John? Like some of those big moments in shows that have happened. Or do you like the style of, hey, these are the big beats, these were my big talking points, these were life advice moments, these were personal story time moments? I'm also a person that hates if I click on a video for how to make a cocktail with a certain brand of rum, and the person gives too much of their own information in it. I get that because it's a turnoff. And I'm like, I'm just here to see the fucking ingredients for the rum. Like, get to the point. I feel like reactions is a little bit different than that because things happening on screen leads to other things and longer conversations. That's not something I think I'll change, but it's more of like, do you enjoy it, right? I guess the main thing is help me make the channel as big as possible. The bigger it gets, the more I can give back, the more time I would actually have to do this. If there is a glass ceiling to it, like I get it, because again, it is just me watching TV. It's me watching videos on the internet and talking about it. I get that there's a glass ceiling, and I know that there are channels out there. I think reaction channels that have multiple people tend to do better. And I've noticed the bigger reaction channels, they craft their videos, and this is no knocking them or anything. They craft their videos like a Mr. Beast video in the sense of it's action cut, almost staged to an extent where the reactions don't seem genuine. Like there's always constantly something, and there's a lot of movement on the screen and a lot of cuts and a lot of like things that are used to manipulate to keep your attention, right? I get that works. It doesn't feel authentic for me to do, I guess. So I guess any suggestions you have, feel free. And I guess the reason I bring it up, 30,000 is phenomenal. And that's a dumbfounding number. It's one of those things where I got too big for my own head, but not really. It's just when we first made the channel, all the people came over from the other channel. And within a couple months, it was at 10,000. I was just say a couple weeks. Like that number was growing. There was thousands of people a day. And then we hit 20,000 really quickly. And then it just, and it was a long haul to 25,000. From 25 to 30 was an even longer haul. after year one, my goal for 2022 was 50,000. And we didn't even scratch that surface. And that's okay. That's not a knock. I'm disappointed in myself. It's not realizing that all that came over is people were wanting just the reaction stuff rather than the gaming stuff being thrown in with it. So it's, okay, now how do we get to 50? Would you like shorts back? You know, the short YouTube shorts? Social media exposure? Would you like to have an own social media for Jerry Bear where it's just Jerry Bear Reacts, where it's clips of the most popular moments, where it's stuff that can be put on Instagram and Reels or on TikTok and like make the TikTok separate as well? And then have multiple things where you can, you know, maybe that's an option. I guess it just depends on your feedback. That's a long-winded question part. But overall, eternally fucking grateful for 30K. I mean, the love here on YouTube, the love on Patreon, the love in social media. If I don't get a chance to see a lot of messages, I do apologize, but I do see a lot of messages and respond to a lot of people that have kind and nice things to say. And I think that's really dope. If you are somebody that comes in and leave a negative comment, you're more than welcome to, as long as it's not attacking or being aggressive towards other people in the comments. Because even if you disagree, you ain't got no reason to clap back at somebody, dude, unless they're out of pocket as well. But you want to come in and talk shit on me, that's fine. I see stuff all the time that just makes me giggle. If it's too over the top, that it's like, man, I don't even want anybody else reading that because it's like hyper aggressive or just really weird, I'll just ban you. I don't really have a problem with that. There's plenty of other channels you can go abuse or plenty of other people you can go check out. If you don't like the pausing and conversing throughout the videos, I can link you to the subscription fees for Netflix, for Disney Plus, the shit that I pay for every month, and you can watch the episodes there without having somebody pause and talk through it. Otherwise, hang out with me and Jerry and just do the damn thing. But I'm eternally grateful for 30,000 people. It's a crazy number. It's a big number. And I hope we can continue to grow it. I hope the next show that we vote for... Again, Shadowhunters is such a niche group. A lot of people voted for Shadowhunters. Not a lot of people watch the fucking videos. I don't know if that was me or what, but that's neither here nor there. So again, if you don't know the schedule, we're gonna go from Legacies into I'm pull up the damn schedule right now. Actually, hold on. So Legacies will run until the last episode will be the November 26th, and then the last related video will be the series recap on December 5th. And then we have a 4-day break altogether. May sprinkle in tributes here and there. And starting on December the 9th will be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which has a really short first season, and then we bump up to 22 episodes for the rest of it. And that'll go from December 9th all the way. The last episode will be July the 8th for their season 6, episode 22. And the series recap will take place on July the 19th. Between July 9th and July the 19th, we will open up voting yet again for the next show. There are still plenty of options out there. There are things like Peaky Blinders, Vikings, True Blood. We can switch to something that doesn't have to be vampire related because we're heavy vampire, heavy supernatural. I've had people recommend Korean dramas, Korean shows, British shows, sitcoms, etc. I guess whatever direction it flows into will do. And if we got to take a small break after the Buffy one as well and knock out shorter things, or maybe by then, Jesus Christ, maybe Stranger Things will be back, we can go on that route. But that's it. That's long-winded. I think I've talked more than I wanted to, and I will leave it there. So comments, suggestions, everything can be in the comment box down below. If not, I will see you all. I don't know what the next episode is going to be for tomorrow for you guys for Legacies if you're watching that. But I do plan on taking some time to watch a bunch of stuff and getting it finished and getting it up to you when I can. I'm not going to give you a date. I don't want to give false promises. But I will see you all soon. So live update. Appreciate it. As always, links and everything will be description box down below. Playlist up on screen. Stay cute. Stay hydrated. And I will catch you on the next one.